I'm having one of those moments where I don't want to be seen. It feels easier to hide than share my story so openly. I try to remind myself of my why put myself out there, why be so vulnerable. Insecurities that have nothing to do with my health are rising again. I'm overwhelmed with it all. My why? Years ago, I'd name anyone else but me. Now, I can confidently say I'm showing up for me. Because if I don't show up for me, how can I fully show up for anyone else? So if you're here, thank you. I appreciate you. Here's to me trying to live and not just survive.
Letting my body learn. This clean skin, soft light, this rest that shows in my eyes. This is how I hold my shoulders when I stop living rushed. I don't chase it, I make space for it. I come back to myself. That's a woman's glow, not loud, but you can feel it. That's a woman's glow. When I'm calm, it gets realer. That's a woman's glow. When I take my time, it's a light I don't chase. It's a light I find. The real glow comes from inside. When I don't need a proof, when I say no without guilt, and I still keep my peace. It's being kind, staying sharp. It's knowing what I allow. It's moving slow on purpose and standing solid now. I protect my energy. I don't pour it out for free. I keep my senses. That's a woman's glow. Not loud, but you can feel it. That's a woman's glow.
I have so much to explain, but I am so overly exhausted and tired. I don't even know if I have the words to explain the things accurately. So I'll give it the shortest version of what I can. I'm getting my infusions starting next week. Finally, instead of needing 5, I'm going to get 2. They're going to be able to somehow, I don't know right now, I can explain it, but somehow they're able to cut it down to 2, but I'm still getting the same amount needed. My hemoglobin is really low. I have a follow-up appointment after my iron, but it's not low enough to need the treatment, which would be a blood transfusion, which is the first I've heard of this possibility of me needing. So I guess I will just research and look into all of that stuff more. I am not familiar with it. I know anemia and your hemoglobin, they interact, like they play off of each other, but where I'm at is like 1 point away from when they usually just do the transfusion because of the stress your organs can be under. I don't know why I wasn't explained to this before, and that's why I think it's so important. I'm sorry. I think that's why it's so important that we really advocate for ourselves and we speak up, because the doctor that I saw just said it so casually, like it was something I knew. And so I kind of was like, what? Like I didn't even know that was a factor in this. So I kind of never have even had that brought up. I definitely have a lot more questions. In the moment, I was more asking, I'm sorry, my hands hurt. I'm so sorry. But I was more asking questions about like how I'm going to go from 5 to 2, but still get the same amount. I was really focused on that. And I just kind of needed time to dissect that whole conversation because I was not expecting it at all. Tomorrow I have an appointment, so that's 2 appointments in this week, but tomorrow I have an appointment to get the steroid shots I get in my back for pain and all right in here. And I'm dealing with like massive amounts of nausea. I did post on Patreon live. I went live just very last minute. I tried to give like an hour heads up, And I finally explained some of the stuff that I am using for my gastro and what the doctor suggested. However, I am going to be taking up some concerns that I have and possibly changing it up some. So I'll have to update depending on that. Marilax makes me feel very bloated and heavy and uncomfortable. And so I hope there's another option. I have been retaining more water weight and just feeling even more lethargic than I already do because of the anemia and whatever else is going on. I am so tired. I try not to come on here looking too crazy, but this is where I really am at, and either I can record an update and look a bit, I don't know, like sick, or then not record at all. And I'd rather share, especially because I can look up back at this and see what was going on, what was being said, and how I dealt with it. And it gives me a semi date of when it was going on, because obviously I'm not posting this like the exact date that it's going on, but it's in the month of it within a week. So I am very nauseous. I'm just ready to have feel a difference in the way that I've been feeling. And for one, I'm understanding because my hemoglobin is so low that, and this is just my own research, but that's what we have to do being chronically ill. We're usually the ones that find this stuff out, but it can play a role in the way that I'm feeling. My POTS is like unhinged lately. And I don't know if you're watching my last video, I was getting ready and I had my hands above my head and I was like, I don't think this is POTS. I need to figure out what's going on. And I've been meaning to make a cardiologist appointment, but what's happening is like I'm seeing like a specialist at a time. So I'm seeing my gastro and then I'm trying to like see where that's at and then going to the next one, because sometimes one plays off of the other. And so let's say my hemoglobin, I get it fixed, and then I could go to the cardiologist and be able to tell them, hey, I had this, I already saw the specialist for this, and they don't have to refer me out again. It's a long process. It's a lot of keeping track of, and I'm just ready. I told myself this year I was going to do my doctor's appointments. I was going to make sure to take care of whatever I could take care of, and I am still doing that. It's a lot of work. It's tiring. I have no energy, and just going to the doctor so much and so many different specialists, it's a lot of work. But I am my own advocate. No one's going to do this for me. I have to do this because I want a better quality of life. My baseline severely dipped, and I just want to at least get back to feeling a little more like me. I'm not functioning, and it's hard. I'm like always at 5% battery, or when the battery is like blinking and it doesn't even have any juice to it, and it's like, no, you gotta, like, it turns off because of it. So I'm gonna do the best that I can to keep you guys updated. Hopefully I show you a little bit of my appointment tomorrow. If not, I will try to come on here one more time, because honestly, getting on camera has been not easy for me lately. It's just nothing, recording shorts, doing anything. It just has not been priority. I have energy for my family and a little bit for me. And that's basically it. But I'll get through it. And I'm going to get better. It's just going to take me fighting. I think this is as like real and vulnerable I can possibly get on here. I am laying down tired and just not feeling my best. I am proud of myself because I don't know how, but I found the energy to vacuum, and that's like my goal, to vacuum some part of my house once a week. So yay me, I did it. Woohoo, that's my win, and I'll take it. I also had a doctor's appointment today. It's the last one for this week. I don't know if you guys can see the Band-Aids, but I got the shots for my pain that I get and turns into a migraine. So there's a few things that I get to try to prevent that pain. This pain can get so bad where it just feels like I have anchors on my back and I can barely move. It's a mix of steroid and lidocaine, and it is injected. It does not feel good. It definitely hurts, but it's worth it because I don't have to take as many pills. And if I can stop putting so much in my body, even though I'm injecting myself, but you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I just feel like I like to get the Botox and injectables more than taking ibuprofen all the time. I think it's better for my insides, so I try to keep it at that, and it's really working. I don't feel the pain as crazy, and it's a lot more manageable. Now, I've been having a lot of ups and downs and all arounds with my stuff, but I definitely have felt improvements with, I haven't been having migraines for a long time. I've been getting Botox for migraines for a very long time. And then my TMJ, we actually, last time I had an appointment, she did 2 shots instead of 3. And we've been experimenting, trying to see what works better. And definitely I can tell a difference between having 2 compared to 3, and I need that 3rd shot. She was trying to save me from just that pain of the initial shot, but I will gladly take it because you see, I have to chew gum very often for that sour gum for my nausea, and it helps me get through, let's say I'm going to one of my kids' games. It gets me through watching that whole game opposed to feeling like I'm about to vomit the whole game. It's just so much management, and it's important that you try to figure out what one works best for you, because what works for me may not work for you. I have just tried and then retried and then moved it around and said, no, I'm taking that out. And just recently I have decided to I'm going to try to change up my gastro regime, because I've just been noticing a lot of my abdominal part of me is protruding, and I feel heavy, almost like I'm pregnant, and it's just really uncomfortable, the bloated feeling. I kind of mentioned it, the initial thing. I by the way, I did a whole Patreon video on this, and I showed everything that I have been using all the way up until this point. I am changing as of today. So I recorded that video just last week, and I am adjusting, but that's how it is when you're chronically ill. You have to shake things up and see if something's not working. And I definitely felt a lethargic feeling. And I know I'm dealing with a lot of things that cause fatigue, but that was, I think I'm going to replace taking Marilax with my full spectrum magnesium that I have talked about, and just make sure I don't miss any doses, because anytime I've ever had that excruciating, exploding pain that I have talked about, I have not I've skipped not taking magnesium. I am struggling with my words right now. I'm so sorry. I'm tired. I am actually just laying in bed and watching YouTube. And I was like, you know what? Maybe it's time that I finish out my video. I haven't been as consistent on social media. It's difficult because I want to talk to you guys and I want feedback, and I feel, I don't know how to describe it. I feel so much gratitude for even having a small community. This is such a gift to me. At the same time, I do have my family and myself, and I try to get to myself to a level of functioning for my family and to get me to my doctor's appointments. And there's really nothing left after that. Plus, I have 4 dogs. I know it sounds silly, but they are a lot of work too. And so I have to let something go sometimes. I don't think that's the right word. Maybe I can't think of the word. I am having brain fog. I have to let something give. Something has to give. Something has to give. And that is going to be social media, because I can't, I already am so limited in the things that I do. So I have been struggling replying to comments and posting and all of that stuff. I did create some shorts to be able to upload, and it's really going into detail about some things. But if I don't reply, it's not like me being like, I don't care. It's more like if I promise you, I always fight to get to them. But sometimes it even feels like my brain can't compute what I'm reading. Does anyone else go through that? Like I read it and I understand it, but I can't fully comprehend it. Was that even making sense there? I don't know. I better get going because I still have to set up my daughter's curriculum for her school, and I have a few other things that I want to try to meet my goal for the week. But I will be back next week. I hope you guys are having a good day and night. Take care.